Hello, this is Christina Wallace, and today I'm going to show you how to make this center on which I hold vast majority of my key flowers that I make. The known name for this type of center is umbrella center, umbrella hook, as opposed to just a little hook, and I like to use umbrella hooks for each and every large heavy flower that I make. With cold porcelain, which is not as crumbly as, say, gum paste, chances are I would have probably gotten away with a hook, but I just want to be extra sure because no one wants to spend hours and hours on a flower for the hook to just fall out. If it did fall out though, use super glue. That's what I would do. But yeah, no, you want to make a really stable foundation. So here I'm using a wire gauge 18, which is my staple for large flowers, and because it's so thick, it's actually quite hard to manipulate, harder still to make it look elegant and flowing. So yeah, it's not looking elegant how I make it, and it's not looking very easy, but it does come to it at the end. And I could have, you know, taken few goes until I got a lucky go when it all looks beautiful straight off. But then I thought, well, what's the point? It doesn't need to look beautiful, it just needs to be functional, really. And one thing to watch out for here would be to make sure that your stick on which the so-called umbrella is sitting is more or less perpendicular to, basically it needs to be as much of a T-shape, straight T-shape and profile as possible, because otherwise your flower may lean to one side, and you don't want to have uncontrolled things like that happening if possible. If it does happen that for whatever reason it does lean, the flower head does lean to one side, just straighten it when it's fully dry. So what I'm doing here, I'm using the smallest possible head for this umbrella to put on top of this umbrella, size 8 on my measuring board. It's probably 2/3 of a centimeter, I don't remember off the top of my head, but very small ball. And the most important thing here for these kind of centers is that they're really well dried. And I find that with cold porcelain sometimes the total drying could take, I don't know, a couple of days, 3 days, whatever, depending on cold porcelain itself. So I like to have loads of this small little heads sitting around. They don't have to be perfectly round or any of those things, but yeah, I like to have small bases, and then I could make them bigger or even adjust the shape as I need to. But yeah, I have about 10 or 15 of them sitting around at any given time, ready to go, ready for action, really. So here you go, I'm just going to add a different color on top of what I already have. I mean, this color is a bit manic, and chances are you're not going to be using it in a hurry, but yeah, just to demonstrate that you could make your ball any color, and it does grow in size surprisingly quickly, because for example, as you could see, the amount of clay that I put on over the top of white was not actually huge, but it did grow in size quite a bit. But then of course it's not really a problem. If you get your ball too big and you don't like it, you could always just pinch the rest off, or add a little bit more over the top. I mean, that layer that I've just added took it from size 8 to size 10. So yeah, it does, even a thin layer adds quite a bit to sizing. So yeah, but it's just I find that it's a very good way to have ready prepared balls that are probably the safest balls to kind of hold your large flower. And this is a little pointy end for the rose. I personally don't tend to use pointy ends for roses, but some people like them. And this is about it. Thank you for popping in and coming back to my channel. My views have increased recently, which is really, really lovely. And yeah, I guess I will see you next week again with something new. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.